Germany has become the first European nation to take decisive action against Russia's expanding shadow fleet, blocking a suspicious vessel from entering its territorial waters, a landmark move in Europe's maritime enforcement approach against sanctioned Russian oil routes. German authorities confirmed that they had turned away a Russian-linked oil tanker attempting to sail through the Baltic Sea, signaling Berlin's growing determination to clamp down on covert energy shipments that help fund Moscow's ongoing war efforts. According to the Kyiv Independent, citing Bloomberg reports from January 16, the incident took place in the Baltic Sea, where German maritime security forces identified the ship as part of Russia's network of unregistered or falsified tankers evading sanctions. The vessel, named Arcusat, an Aframax-class oil carrier, reportedly changed course earlier in the week as it neared German waters, diverting away from its planned route after being warned by coastal patrol authorities. As reported by Bloomberg, the tanker later rerouted north toward Russia's Arctic region after being denied entry, a move seen by analysts as evidence of tightening European vigilance over illicit maritime activities. German federal police explained that the decision to turn back the vessel stemmed from irregularities in its documentation and inconsistencies in the identification of both ownership and crew members, raising national security concerns. Observers say Germany's action marks a turning point in Europe's strategy, reflecting a tougher stance toward Moscow's secret shadow fleet operations, an initiative long criticized for enabling sanctions evasion and unreported oil exports. Germany's firm move follows a similar U.S. crackdown earlier in the week, where American forces seized yet another vessel involved in illegal oil transportation linked to Venezuela's state network. On January 15, the U.S. Southern Command announced the capture of the Veronica, a Guyanese-flagged tanker identified as the sixth vessel intercepted in connection to illicit Venezuelan crude shipments bypassing sanctions. In its statement, the Pentagon described the seizure as part of a broader mission to defend the homeland and restore lawful maritime security across the Western Hemisphere, signaling unified transatlantic pressure on shadow oil operations worldwide. U.S. Southern Command said, quote, "Through Operation Southern Spear, the Department of War is unwavering in its mission to crush illicit activity in the Western Hemisphere in partnership with the U.S. Coast Guard through the Department of Homeland Security and the Justice Department." In another pre-dawn action, Marines and sailors from Joint Task Force Southern Spear, in support of the Department of Homeland Security, launched from USS Gerald R and apprehended motor tanker Veronica without incident. The Veronica is the latest tanker operating in defiance of President Trump's established quarantine of sanctioned vessels in the Caribbean, proving the effectiveness of Operation Southern Spear yet again. These operations are backed by the full power of the U.S. Navy's Amphibious Ready Group, including the ready and lethal platforms of USS Iwo Jima, USS San Antonio, and USS Fort Lauderdale. The only oil leaving Venezuela will be oil that is coordinated properly and lawfully. The Department of War, in coordination with interagency partners, will defend our homeland by ending illicit activity and restoring security in the Western Hemisphere. Unquote. Earlier, Moscow harshly criticized Washington over the U.S. Navy seizure of the Russian-flagged oil tanker Marinera, a vessel previously known as Bella 1, calling the act a blatant violation of maritime law and an escalation of Western hostility. Shortly after issuing that warning, Russia demonstrated its military might by launching its nuclear-capable Oreshnik missile on the Ukrainian city of Lviv, a move widely interpreted as a direct response meant to showcase Moscow's growing defiance. The strike marked the second confirmed use of the Oreshnik missile in Ukraine, following its initial combat test in November 2024, and served as a stark reminder of how quickly geopolitical tensions are intertwining with nuclear posturing on the battlefield.